What's up, everybody? Did you like my Kung Fu skills? I'm not a Kung Fu guy. I'm assuming that's apparent. I don't know, but I always have to do something silly, something crazy, something fun at the beginning of every one of my videos because I'm me. And you know me, and I love you. How are you? Today's a great day. We have a very special guest. He's been on the show before. He's a big deal, and he is endorsed by Hippie Picks. His name is Coty Hicks, and he and I became good friends. He's endorsed by Hippie Picks, and there's so many things I want to talk to him about. So let's just cut this chit chat. Let's get into the show.
Hello.
Your camera. There we go.
Yeah, I remember I did it last time. I was a little prepared. I was like, I already have it. I'm gonna whoop it.
How are you, my man?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
Good. Rushing this morning, but I'm good.
It happens.
Yeah. So you are Coty Hicks.
Whoop whoop! I am Coty Hicks.
Nice to see you again, brother. You are.
Hey, are you? What kind of hat is that? Is that my hat?
So this is the classic barbershop hat. It's not the Coty Hicks hat. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, just because it's an incredible place, I'll let it slide.
Oh, really? You're gonna give me a pass? I thought I was gonna get yelled at.
Only because we love the classic barbershop.
We also
love and he comes prepared. Look at it.
Yeah, that was not staged at all, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't prearrange that at all.
I did not know you had the hat.
I know. I didn't tell you I did. So the hat looks cool sideways. I like it. But like my wife is always like, Mark, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Put it you know, yeah. So I got the Coty Hicks hat, the green.
Yeah.
And then Coty Hicks, I don't have any of your picks on hand. I'm so sorry, unprepared.
Oh, you mean some of these one and only arrowhead shaped guitar picks?
Yeah.
With the Coty Hicks signature. These ones are the red ones. I also have them in green to match the hat.
Yes. So let's get started. I know we did a interview last year, and this is something that I thought was really cool. You reached out to me over a year ago. You bought some Hippie Picks from me. You talked about an endorsement, and I was like, I don't know who this guy is. Whatever. Look, no offense. You just whatever. People message me all the time. And I'm like, yeah,
I get it.
And then we do this interview, which was probably about a year ago, like sometime in May, right? And during the interview, you and me were talking, and I was like, as soon as this interview's over, I'm going to talk to him about an endorsement. Because I had no idea. I had no idea the level of status you were at. You know, I just thought you were some guy. Hey, man, can I get some free stuff, man? Come on, like, please, man.
Oh, nah. And to anybody that's out there, that's a guitar player, that is not what an endorsement is about. Let me tell you right now. That's all we're going to say, but that's not what it's about. Don't go in it for that because you're going to get laughed at. All right. It's
a partnership and it's a business.
Yes. You're an employee. You're saying, hey, can I work for you? That's, any way, capacity, whatever your niche is, that's, anyway.
We went out to Texas recently supporting and promoting Hippie Picks.
I did, yeah, the Dallas International Guitar Festival.
Yeah, and you also went to promote another company that you also endorsed.
I do, yeah, Mahalo Amps.
Yes.
Out of Tampa, Florida. They are great. Mike Zito, the great blues legendary icon. Mike Zito just picked up his Mahalo from Florida, taking it back to Texas. And I was like, what? Mike Zito? So very cool.
Yeah. So you have a few endorsements, correct? You have Mahalo Amps, you have Picks, of course, and you have your own signature guitar.
I do. And hopefully that'll be back. We're in talks. He had to kind of close up shop due to COVID and everything. But it looks like he might be on track to come back, and we're going to make some changes to the guitar, to the body, and go with a new Coty Hicks. So that'll be exciting going forward.
A new Coty Hicks line of guitars.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you happen to want to name drop the company?
It is Damon Matthews, an incredible builder out of Cleveland, Ohio. That is the guitar. The checker top. Oh, the Fishman pickups. Great. I just love the guitar. Fantastic.
Big telly man, sounds like.
I am a telly man. I feel the flexibility and the soul of a telly can do a lot more than like a Les Paul to me. I might be wrong. The Les Paul guys are gonna be like, oh, we're gonna burn him at the stake. But I love tellies. I do.
I'm a big humbucker guy. I like my Schecter, and they've got Seymour Duncan humbuckers. I absolutely love them. And then I'm actually in the middle of building my own guitar. It's a very slow process. I bought
electric.
Yeah. And I'm sort of modeling it after the Pete Townsend 58 Gibson, I think, where he's got the two mini humbuckers and then the humbucker in the middle, right? With the pull.
Nice, yeah.
I thought that was so cool. So I did a bunch of research, and so for like a year now, I've wanted the Paul Gilbert PG-13 mini humbucker pickup, right?
Okay.
I'll tell you a really quick, super quick, short story. My brother over Christmas is like, hey man, I got you something else for Christmas, but it didn't come in yet. So I'll give it to you in like a week. Okay. Like literally like a week ago. It's May, right? It's what's today? It's May 26th, right? A week ago. He says, man, they came in. Here's your Christmas present. And it was the PG-13 pickups.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I forgot about Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, Christmas was forever ago, it seemed like. But
so you're using those for the build?
Yeah. I mean, dude, I did a lot of research beforehand, and I really liked the style that the mini humbuckers gave, and I was like, I'm going to try those. So, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. I dig the Les Paul.
What? You froze.
Those mini humbuckers.
You froze.
Oh, sorry. I saw they make a Gibson Les Paul with a mini humbucker.
That's what I'm talking about. The Pete Townsend model.
Yeah. Yep. That's great.
Yeah. So I have a question. Why the whole blue and purple? Is it purple or pink? Which one is it?
It is. It's actually like a metallic purple, and where you look at it's a little darker. It's a little kind of like my Scooby-Doo hoodie. It's different shades. There's light spots and dark spots, and but the blue is just a flat blue, but only the shine is in the purple, which is cool.
Yeah. And what led you to the checkered look?
I don't really know. I've always been, like when you used to watch cartoons as a kid and like things were just like so simple, like the box of cereal just said, it was like just a red box and said cereal. I've always like soap on the soap bar, just soap. And then I was like, you know what? I was designing a guitar, and my wife's an artist. She's great. She actually designed the Strat we just made.
I saw that.
But oh man, that was And we were making a bunch of different stuff, and it kind of hit me that I just like the simple. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's all the wife. And that was so cool because she brought that design, and I was like, I don't know if we could make that work or not. And we brought it right to life. I mean, if you have the design and you see the guitar, it's really close.
Yeah. But
I just went back to that simplicity. I don't want too much eyes on the guitar. I want it to bring your attention. And look at that. That's cool. Because it's kind of like 70s rock and 80s rock and roll, right? If you think just your playing is enough to keep somebody entertained nowadays, that went out the window with Motley Crue and Kiss and Alice Cooper. You got to have some stage. So I wanted something that kind of popped, and I think that's why the metallic really does, and the lighting and stuff. It really shines, which is cool.
Yeah, cool. And how long have you had that? The original. How long have you had your signature model? How long has that been around?
Man, with COVID, I feel like it's just a big time warp. I'd have to like get the calendar out. It was like we did a guitar show in Pennsylvania the fall prior to COVID, so 2019.
Okay.
And he gave it to me that day, and we kind of unveiled it at the guitar show, and I did a guitar clinic there with it and stuff, and it was pretty cool. And then like, you know, that was fall, winter came, and then COVID, and then blah, and now here we are. Yeah. So I'm hoping to get that up and running, get some guitar sales, and just get going and back to work, just back to the industry. And it seems like it's coming back to life. The band's getting dates, which is cool. Shout out to the Summit.
The Summit, yes.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, so that's a great project that I just recently got in. Cincinnati roots rock, you know, Americana. Just, I mean, they've been on the road with ZZ Top, Cheap Trick, Collective Soul. I mean, they've really done their thing, and they're great. I consider them like a super group, man. They're all just fantastic. Yeah. And we got some dates we're going on the road. Can't say who yet. I don't think it's officially locked in, but it's looking like we're going to be in North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. I think there's one in Indiana. And as soon as that's locked down, you'll see it, who it's with and where they're at and when. But lots of stuff real close, real close.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And so you actually, this is not your first experience with a touring musician. You've toured all over the world doing music.
I have, yeah. I've been to 8 different countries, and most of them, see, my big thing, I guess just because I started there longer, is teaching guitar. I like to, more than getting on stage and shredding and playing, I like to, you know, teach somebody how to do it and how to pick it up and find their own way of expressing themselves and having fun. Because at the end of the day, it's about, you know, wanting to make music. I know a lot of guitar players that, I've spent so much money, I'm hanging it up, I'm done playing. And it amazes me because I'm like, I've never picked up guitar to go for that. It was just, I wanted to play guitar, and I just wanted to be a guitar player. So I started there, and that's where I got a lot of travel. When I was in Iceland, I was doing a clinic and stuff, a little music shop, and teaching them some American blues stuff, and you know, all that major, minor, third. That's all your sweet blues. Any guitar players out there, play on that third. That's where all your sweet is. You know, roll into it. You got an A chord, take your third and flat it, right? That'd be a minor. Roll it in, and then major, and then you get like a little, it's kind of happy, rolly, bluesy, which is cool.
Reminds me of some Delta blues with a little bit of
rap. It's got a little especially with this guitar. I mean, it's a little parlor, Penguin Rancher Gretsch, little triangle hole. It's really nice guitar, but not for shredding at any way. But it's definitely I like it on a 13. C7, walk it down to A. Up to D, alternate your bass. Yeah, it's all ragtime.
Yeah. It reminds me of Mississippi John Hurt. You ever listen to that guy?
Oh, yes. I love Mississippi John Hurt.
I love Mississippi John Hurt.
Absolutely. I'm surprised you know who that is. That guy was born in such a poor area of the South. I think it was Mississippi, Alabama. And so long ago, they don't know if he was born in like 1863 or 64. They literally don't know. They're like, we don't know how old this kid is. They just like popped him out and he went to work, man. I was like, that is wild, man.
Yeah. So I love old music. So
yes.
A lady I go to church with, she's older. She's like in her 70s, 80s. And she said one day, she said, Mark, I want you to play You Are My Sunshine. I want you to learn how to play that. And I was like, it's a dumb song. Well, like one day I'm listening to like Pandora radio, right? Mississippi John Hurt comes on. He's playing You Are My Sunshine. And I went,
it's beautiful.
This guy, amazing. And I started studying him. I love Mississippi John Hurt.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Have you ever heard of Elizabeth Cotten?
I don't think so.
So she plays like the old ragtime stuff too as well, right? Get this. This is insane, okay? Because very few people do this. There are people who do, but very few, right? She was probably one of the first. When she was a kid, her brother was a right-handed guitar player who didn't really want to play, right? And when he was out to school or work or whatever, she would pick up his guitar and she would play it, except she was left-handed. So she played it left-handed. except it was still a right-handed guitar. So she learned how to play ragtime blues like Mississippi John Hurt upside down.
God,
amazing. I mean, like, I'm a lefty and I can play upside down, but like when you put me to her, it's like, no. Like, and she developed her own style, her own music, her own songs.
What's her name?
Elizabeth Cotton.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, dude, she's phenomenal, and she toured like. And what stinks is I discovered these people over the last 5-10 years, and they died like 15 years ago, and I'm like, come on, I could have seen that. You know what I mean? Like she. I mean, I think she passed away in like the 90s or early 2000s, but she was alive during my birth. You know what I mean? Like I was alive. Had I have known of her, I would have went and saw her. You know,
man, that's how I feel with George Harrison. I'm like, the fact that he was alive while I was alive and I never got to, like, I'm mad about that.
Right. Now, I did get to see, speaking of George Harrison, I did get to see Ringo Starr, and I have seen Paul McCartney like 4 times.
Really? I've never seen any of the Beatles, so I am jealous.
If you ever go see the Beatles, hold up signs, okay? I'm not kidding. Like, he will either talk to you about your sign or pull you up on stage.
Oh, man, that'd be wild. I
had 2 signs at one concert I went to. One said, I'm left-handed, and the other one said, I want to play guitar with you. And I was like, dude, how cool of an experience would that be? Like, you know?
What tune would you play with them?
I don't know. I'd probably pee myself. No, like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Because, I mean, honestly, I don't know a lot of Beatles.
Yeah.
I love the Beatles, but I've never sat and tried to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
I do a twist and shout, man, just because that's a classic one. It's the 3 chords, just, you know, bang, bang.
One thing that was cool was, like, at my church, we did a series of, it's called the Love Series.
Okay.
And the worship leader was like, yeah, we're doing a love song by the Beatles every Sunday, just one. So we get to a week where we're doing the song Love Me Do. And I was like, yeah, who's going to play harmonica? And they were like, yeah, like, nobody plays harmonica. And I was like, but you can't do Love Me Do without the harmonica. And and the guy looked at me and said, he goes, well, you can play it. And I was like, I don't know how to play harmonica. He goes, figure it out. Okay. So I went to Willis Music and I bought an $80 bamboo harmonica made of bamboo wood. And literally, I got in the car, I turned the song on and nailed it within the second time of listening. I mean, I know the song, right? But I nailed it within the second time of going through it.
It's pretty impressive, though, to not be a harmonica player and to do that.
Right, yeah. So that was my forte into learning how to play harmonica.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it was like the Beatles. So, like, if I ever get to meet him, I'd be like, I learned how to play harmonica because of, like, you. Well, technically, John Lennon, because he played the harmonica on the song.
No.
You see what I mean, you know?
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Like, in that concert that I held up the sign, I did have my harmonica in my pocket just in case. You know? Because I was like, what would that be? To be like, yeah, ready?
Do it. Yeah, that's Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, you have the summit. Sorry, here's the deal, right? Before we started this interview, we were on camera just chatting, like this. This is just conversation. But we also had to be specific with things that we're talking about. So
absolutely.
One of the things you said was you talked about going to guitar shows and things like that.
Yeah.
How has that worked out for you? I mean, like, you seem to have met a ton of people through these events and you seem to build a name. You live in Georgetown, Ohio.
I do.
You partner with a company called Willis Music, which I love. Hippie Picks loves.
Love them.
We can't talk about everything happening yet. Next week maybe, but you have some cool things that happen with Willis Music. Would you like to talk about that?
So anytime, I go to these shows, whether it's, NAMM or the Dallas show or whatever. So you always have a representative of the companies sitting in these booths. And to me, my eyes just light up with opportunity. So I try to partner with these companies that there's some way I can benefit or some way I can, partner with them or do something. And with Willis Music, it was kind of a cool little thing. I went down there because Fishman was running a contest. If you go into a music store and you play on one of their loud box amps, little acoustic amps, and you tag the music store and you tag Fishman, you enter a contest to win a pickup. So I thought it was super cool. I'm a big Fishman guy. Pretty much all my signature has Fishman. All my acoustics have Fishman. Just a huge fan of them. So I entered the contest. I ended up winning. So I got to meet, the guys at Fishman at NAMM and the guys at Willis at NAMM. And about a year before that, we were doing a Georgetown Guitar Club, which is, really fun. We have no formal plan. We get together, we talk guitar. Hey, what do you know? What are you working on? Show me, I'll show you. A couple hours of that, we're running and having a good time. And, I kind of told them what I was up to, and they were like, hey, we could expand your guitar club out to the next county, give you a location here at Willis. We'll put you on our corporate calendar, kind of promote your event for you. So now there's flyers that are made by Willis that have my name on them. There's contact Coty Hicks and all of this. And it's just all about the love of guitar. We're not there to, who can play the fastest, who can. It's not about that. I teach every single month. There's one beginner that will come in. Hey guys, I'm brand new. And I'll give him so much homework that he's buried, and that's what it's about. And so Willis really liked it. Fishman really liked it. Before I knew it, we had a purchase agreement with Fishman, and we got the backing of Willis, and that's the kind of things I think that you can do if you get your head and your ego out of your projects. Instead of saying, this is about Coty Hicks, take a step back and say, hey, this is about making an event at Willis Music. Hopefully people come in and they're buying strings and buying a new strap, or hey, look at this new guitar, and they're doing that. So hopefully they see some sales at Willis, and we push the products of Fishman and stuff, just mention them. And if anybody has any questions or stuff, we always guide them to the light the right way. We're not like, oh yeah, you have to do this because that's the way, but we give them the options. And most of the time things work out in that direction, which is so cool to see the whole full circle come to actually happen. Somebody get something of Fishman through the guitar club that I won. They got the contest at that music. So it's just cool, man. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to be doing anything with music, I think.
You made a valid point, though. You said, it's not about the ego. And I think a lot of times musicians have this tendency to be like, I want to be like this guy, or I want to be like that guy. I want to be so awesome like that particular guitar player. But what you don't understand is like that guitar player has paid his dues and also partners with and promotes other companies. Because like with this, I could be super narcissistic and be like, Hippie Picks, don't play anybody else's pick. But like at the very beginning of this video, I showed this. It's the strawberry guitar pick.
I seen that. I love it. Well, who was the maker on that again? The name?
GT Plectrums.
Fantastic. I love it.
And he makes wooden picks. He has all kinds of different designs. His probably most popular, I think, would be like the shark tooth. He makes like this shark tooth looking thing. But he has this hole right here in the back. It's not a hole, but it's a divot. And your thumb, it fits. It's amazing,
Nice.
Yeah, and then you got
I'll have to order one.
Grip right there. Absolutely. GT Plectrums. GT _ I'll tag him in this video.
There you go.
but it's like with you and I, it's a partnership. It's something that I want to help Coty. Coty wants to help me. We help each other. We all win. We all succeed, because ultimately, I think as a guitarist watching this video, that's one of the biggest things I think people need to take away from is it's not about you. It's about the bigger scope of what you're doing. It's about your band. It's about your drummer. It's about your manager as much as it is your bass player. It's about making connections and becoming friends with people. And I think that's a lesson that a lot of people need to take away from.
And that's the other thing is I have been in the position to meet some really cool people of all different scopes, as far as the president of this pedal company or this guitar player in a super big band. And I'll put it straight honest. There are certain people you meet and it's such a bad encounter. Like they're so full of themselves, or they're so, you're a nobody. Who are you? That I don't even want to do business with them. I'm like, you know what? I had a couple cool projects that I had in my head that I'd like to kind of pitch to you. But now I'm going to take my projects and go to the next guy that I've never even heard of. And if he's half as just, kind of cool, I'm going to pitch him to him.
Yeah.
And that's like, and people need to learn that, because I don't know, sometimes when you go to these shows at NAMM or whatever, you see the guys walking the chest out and they don't talk to nobody. And it's just like, dude, you're a guitar player. You're a musician. We're not brain surgeons, right? We're not saving anybody's life here. We're making music, and I really do feel it's a blessing, because to think that, I've paid my bills by playing guitar sometimes is just like, it's wild. It's just wild. And I don't take it for granted. And those guys, I don't know how they ever achieve that level, because I feel like if I was that way, you'd get so many no's. You'd get, this guy, look at, but I don't know. It's wild.
It's nuts, because like I had somebody talk to me the other day. They bought one of my picks and they weren't happy with it, and that's okay. They're a bass player, and I think that's why. Like part of me is like, well, yeah, like you probably need like a thicker piece of, but like,
right.
Like immediately when I got that email, and like I've literally only had 2 people ever like complain about my guitar picks to me. But like he sent me an email, and I said, here's my number, you call me. And he did, and we talked on the phone for about an hour, and I said, dude, I respect you. You had the balls to contact a company and say, I don't like your product. And I'm like, I admire that. And it wasn't that he didn't like it. He thought the product was cool. It was just he's using it on the bass, and it doesn't work as efficient for the bass. But I'm not claiming to be a bass pick maker, Yeah. So with really strict, thick strings, and the particular size he got, I was like, yeah, like I didn't think that was going to work. I mean, we beta tested it on all different kinds of instruments, and I knew it's not going to hold up long term on the bass. That's why I don't market it as bass. But the fact that somebody will contact you and be like, hey, and as the owner, I'm like, let's fix this. Like I want to make you happy. And at one point he was like, man, like I've never contacted a company and been this warmly greeted. And I'm like, at the end of the day, like I'm here to sell a product. And if nobody buys the product, I'm going to go out of business. So, like I said, you took the time to meet me at one of the guitar shows. You took the time to chat with me. You bought some of my picks, some of the other picks that you have that like they're made out of different material. He absolutely loves, right? Just the one that he got that he didn't like, he let me know. And I was like, I'd be a horrible business person if I walked around with that ego attitude. Like, I don't need you.
Yeah, right.
We do need people, we do.
Absolutely. And I think if I use a certain product and I didn't like it, and I was, in that situation where I, was verbal about not liking it, and the company was cool about it, very welcoming like you were, I would be a fan of the company anyway. Even if I didn't use their product, I'd still be like, they're good people. They're, they're running a good business. You can't argue with that. And that goes a long way, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we could talk. We could talk about.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, you were on a podcast recently.
Oh yeah. Talking to you, talking to me, hosted by Will Halfley.
Yeah. So how did that come about? That seemed very cool. We're doing this via virtual, but you were there in person.
I was, yeah. So a buddy of mine, he's actually one of my guitar students, Justin Jefferson. He was really like, oh man, you're a good guitar player. And I was like, I appreciate that. So he started, kind of putting my name in certain ears in certain places. And before I knew it, the guy said, hey man, your buddy Justin reached out and was interested if you, want to do an episode of the podcast. And I didn't even know. I was like, oh man, absolutely. That'd be a lot of fun. And I had kind of been watching the podcast anyway. It's probably where he'd seen my name, because, I'm a big supporter. If I like something, I really try to hit that thumbs up, man, because social media, a lot of people, every thumbs up counts when you're in the arts and when you're in stuff like this, views and all that. Because if you try to pitch a show to Netflix and your show is great, your show is top notch, but nobody watches it, they're going to be like, oh, you got 2 likes. That's rough. But if you're, even if it's garbage and it's got 50,000 views, they're like, oh, you have people watching. So, I try to support him, and he probably seen that and then was, full circle again and got me on there, which is awesome. I love to be on things that I'm supporting anyway. That's, full circle.
Yeah. When it comes to I want to get more into that show, but like, I also want to tell you something. I don't want to give tons of information away. I will name drop one person, but this is going to be super sketch and shady. That song you and me have talked about on my end?
Yep.
I contacted this guy named Richie Fike the other day, right? And I'll tell you everything about this off camera because I'm super pumped. But he said the exact same thing. He said, you have to do the legwork. You have to get that. And I think that's really important. Like when you see these artists or these companies like Fender or Gibson or anybody like that, and they have like 30,000 likes on one post, you're like, dude.
Right.
But like, here's the thing, right? Like I am a young up and coming pick maker. I want, like, secretly, I'm not going to lie, as a business, like I want that many likes on all.
Oh, yeah, right.
So how do you go about doing that? I like your posts and I hope everybody else likes mine, but like, you can't just go, whatever, that's dumb. They have 4 likes. It's probably dumb. Like it. Who cares if you like it or not?
Yeah, right.
Help fellows out because like ultimately I'm in this business, you're in this business, other people are in this business, and we all have our own individual goals.
Yep.
And the only way to achieve all of them is to help each other out. I mean, I don't come on the show and I don't go, who is the worst pick maker ever? I almost said, I'll say it. Plumstone. No, I'm just kidding. Look, that guy's my buddy.
We love Plumstone.
So he's going to laugh, right? That was just a joke. Listen, I love Lawrence from Plumstone Guitar Picks. Amazing guitar pick maker. I'm just saying that because he and I are such good friends, and he'll be like, Mark, just for fun. That was just a joke. But like ultimately, it's like, like he lives in Australia. He's doing his own thing. I'm here in Kentucky. I'm doing my own thing, right? I make the world's one and only arrowhead-shaped guitar pick. He makes a toothpick. It's a pick shaped like a tooth, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So we all have our own thing, right? So there's no competition. It's not like I'm secretly making toothpicks. It's not like he's secretly making arrowhead picks. He also makes these picks, like the bread tack picks. Like, do you remember when the loaf of bread, you put the thing back on?
I seen him making those. Those were great.
Right? So like at the end of the day, I'm here to make my product, but I'm also here to support him. I'm also here to support you. I'm also here to support everybody else. And I think we all need to have that mentality. Yeah. Yeah. I like this. I feel like this is part us having a conversation and then us part just like educating people like, yo, don't be a jerk. You know what I mean?
And that's so true, man. Like how people think they're ever going to get ahead is beyond me, because I've been in all parts of everything like that. And if you're the guy in the booth and somebody's really blah, 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 and then you see them later and they're on the side of the highway with a flat tire, I'm not stopping. You know what I mean? You should have been nice to me earlier, and I'd be nice to you right now. But instead, you showed me who you were, so bye.
Yeah. And I know
I'd probably still stop if they were, because I am a nice guy. I'd stop.
You are,
but nice. I'd be salty about it. I'm like, yeah, you remember me? You were being mean. Now look at me stopping you.
Yeah, no, you would probably be the guy that'd be like, listen, your product sucks, but I'm going to help you change your tire because I'm more of a man than you are, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. Okay, so the summit, you guys have tour dates. You have new music coming out too?
Yeah, we're working on an EP. We're just finalizing the tunes, really locking them down, which I'm really loving them. We've got one of the tunes that'll be on the EP was written prior to me joining the band, which great song. I love playing it. And then the other ones will be tunes that I've wrote with the band. So definitely looking forward to that.
Cool. Yeah. So you have the new EP coming. You have the tour dates coming. What else is in the works for Coty Hicks?
Oh, man. Again, I operate on so many fronts. So I'm getting all the gear and stuff. About to launch a new YouTube page for my students. Really, I do so many lessons, and then sometimes the students will, have to wait until the next week to be like, hey, I was working on that and I didn't really understand it. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to do a YouTube page, one to kind of promote my brand and your brand and every other thing I'm working with. I'd like to put every episode, brought to you by Hippie Picks, Mahalo Amps, and that kind of thing. But also, I'm not, again, get your head out of the project. It's not about Coty Hicks. It's about helping my students. It's about them being able to jump on their own time and just rerunning over the lesson. And I think that'll just save them time and energy and being a more efficient guitar player, just to be able to do it, that way. So that's my goal on the education stuff. And then I got a couple solo gigs coming up. I don't really even know what I'm going to do. It's been so long since I've done a solo gig. Not much of a singer. Most of the tunes that I'll do, like cover wise, I'll sing the lyrics with the guitar, I'll loop the rhythm, sing the lyrics with the guitar. But I might have a special guest on a couple of those. I can't say anything yet just because it's not locked down, but those will be fun. And if so, just keep an eye on my social media and all that. That's where you'll find all that.
Real quick, where can people find you on social media?
Instagram at Coty_Hicks. Facebook, you know what? Just add me. Go ahead. It's Coty Hicks. In my personal page. If you want to like my band page, that'd be cool too. It's the Coty Hicks Band. You can also give the Summit a thumbs up because they're awesome and we're awesome. And then go over to all the social medias. Go to Hippie Picks and Plumstone and Plectrums and all those guys that we mentioned earlier. And just give them love, man. Go like everything. And
Coty, you went away.
I did go away. Am I back? Yeah, Mom. I'm betting my wife just got off. Well, quit calling me wife.
She's gonna be mad to hear you say that. I'm gonna not.
I know. She's gonna be like, I was calling you. Now, watch. She's gonna be broke down on the side with a flat tire, and I'm done.
I hope not. That would be horrible.
I'm kidding.
I did want to ask you a question. You have hats. I have a hat. You have a hat. You also have the world's one and only arrowhead-shaped guitar pick, and not only that, you only have the color green.
That's right. I'm green exclusive.
And you sell those.
I do.
You cannot get those on playhippiepicks.com. You can never get those from me. You can, Coty, because that's our But if you, watching right now, want a green Signature Series arrowhead-shaped guitar pick from Coty Hicks, you have to go get it from Coty Hicks. Yeah,
hit me up anywhere that you can get a hold of me. I'm a very open guy. Like I said, my name's on that guitar club flyer. It's got my personal number. And you know what? I have got 0 hecklers. And we've been doing this for 3 years. I feel like either people have matured, because when I was a teenager, we were getting every number off everything and calling them. Just, is your refrigerator running? You're about to catch it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. So hit me up. And anyway, I do weddings and stuff. And that's the other thing I was going to say about really partnering with people and brands and stuff is, everybody needs something at some point, whether it's a doctor, a lawyer, a musician for your wedding, whatever it could be. And try to say somebody use somebody that is in your network and stick with them. I think I read somewhere that most successful businesses only operate on 100 customers or less that are returning. If 100 people, I mean, come on, you see these pages, my page, your page, we have thousands of people that like our stuff. So, it only takes 100 of them to be, involved and, active to support somebody. Because if you don't support all those musicians, when it's time to have a beautiful ceremony and you want acoustic guitar played while you're walking down, there's not going to be any guitar players because they're all working jobs. Yeah. So support the arts, man. Support everybody. If you know a guy that's a mechanic, go to him and have him change your tires and your oil, and just network and be a human, man. There's a lot of power out there.
And even if you don't know somebody, ask somebody who you think does,
Yeah.
So I had this guy who did my taxes, for a while. And when I started the Be a Hippie LLC, I started the business and started doing all the legal stuff. He informed me that he does not do solo member LLC taxes. You need to hire somebody else. I had no idea, right? So I called my old boss who owns the radio station, right? Who I worked for 17 years. And I said, this is what I need. And he went, here's the guy, right? Like all you have to do is ask. If you don't know somebody who is a mechanic, ask the guy who loves cars the most, because I bet his buddy, his cousin, his uncle is the mechanic, you know?
Absolutely. You're absolutely.
Don't hesitate to ask people. I know I have reached out to you. Like when it came to a recording project that I did, I said, Coty, I need to go into a studio and record. And you said, here's the guy. Thanks. Right. Like,
yeah.
Don't hesitate to ask people if you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how many gigs are just cool things that have happened just because somebody be like, oh yeah, check out Coty Hicks. You know, oh, you're looking for a guitar player? Coty Hicks. And, you know, I think it's so cool if somebody if the first thing that comes to mind is guitar and Coty Hicks, that's a win in my book. Yeah,
man. Well, listen, I think we are about out of time. I was trying to think, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so, man. We really covered the grounds, went all around.
Cool, man. I do want to say this. I want to ask two things. One, I've not seen you live yet.
I know, right? That's crazy.
I was thinking that. So the other day, you and me we were out having lunch, and we were just chilling, and you were talking about a gig you had to do, and I was like, I ain't never seen him play. And unfortunately, I was busy the rest of that day, so I couldn't be like, I'll see you in a few hours. But I was thinking, like, I have not seen Coty like in person. I've seen you live on video and things like that, but
yeah,
make that happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And then with everything coming up with Willis, I would like to attend one of your guitar clinics. I think that'd be unique and fun.
Yeah, those are a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, where are those at, by the way, other than Willis Music Tours?
Well, we do one out in Brown County, and that's at the Georgetown High School, which Robert Thomas, he's the music director of the high school and the elementary. Man, he is a jazz guitar player that can play anything and everything. I mean, it's amazing. He's great. So we do that one there, and that one's on the third Thursday of each month, every month. And then we do one in Claremont County, the fourth Friday, sticking with that alliteration, third Thursday, fourth Friday. And that one's at Willis Music in the Eastgate Mall. And that's what we're doing for now. We're trying to pick up a second Saturday or something just to stick with that alliteration. Yeah. So that's another thing I meant to mention on the education front was that we're trying to expand the guitar club one more county the other way, just because we get a lot of people that are like Hamilton or whatever. They're like, oh man, you guys are just a little far out for me. And we always get that. We started over in Brown County, and the Claremont County said it, so we moved over there. Now they're saying it, so we're going to move over there. But just all kind of things on that front. But what was I going to say? I forgot, but we'll wrap it up. Yeah.
I was going to say, have you, because I know that, you know, here soon, you and I are going to be doing something at Willis Music in Florence. Have you thought about talking to them about having a guitar clinic there?
That'd be awesome. I have not, but we're already, you know, got their corporate calendar for the other location, so that I'd be interested.
Yeah.
And that'd be a fun one to do on like a Saturday or a Sunday, because the other ones we do later in the evening, about 7:00 we start. I'd like to do one early to get like a lot of the older guys, a lot of bluegrass pickers. They're like, oh, you guys, this is too late for me. You know, they want something like 2:00, which would be fun. I would like a little day jam, do like a little acoustic second Saturday kind of thing, bluegrass country kind of vibe. Would be a lot of fun.
Cool. All right, man. It was great to chat with you as always.
Thanks for having me as always.
Sure, brother. You know the deal. I will talk with you later. All right.
Got it.
I'll see you. Now that he's gone, putting this hat back on. Just kidding. Listen, go check out Hippie Picks. Go to playhippiepicks.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Hippie Picks. Go check out Coty Hicks, but it's Coty with a T, C-O-T-Y. If you type it in with a D, you're not going to find him, okay? My name's Mark Christopher. As always, I'd like to thank the Classic Barbershop for sponsoring and supporting this show. Hippie Picks, I love you. Have a great day. Enjoy the music. It's raining outside right now. I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a blessed, great day. I love you. Be a hippie.